swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Glad to have you with us from Bank of America Stadium, home to the Panthers here in Charlotte, North Carolina. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Finds his way ahead for 6 and a little breathing room to the 17. Guys, when you think about Arizona State, they lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk. And this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quickly complete.
All game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
Looking to throw on first down. Unloads it left. It's complete. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. One thing you can figure out from these tests early in the season, particularly a top 5 matchup like this, is where you are and just how far you have to go.
Yeah, and which is a talking point amongst your team. It's a prove-it game. Like, let's see where we stack up so we can start building throughout the rest of the season.
Right, David. It's fun to find out this early in the year between 2 top 5 teams. Just who are these guys? What do they do well? What do they not do well? How mentally and physically tough are they? Because that's going to answer a lot of questions as the season goes on.
And the Sun Devils will have it 1st and 10. The running back has it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
He's got the tight end. Touchdown, Arizona State! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
It's Abraham. Snagged out of the air. There he goes. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. All right, guys, let's look at the big picture for Duke. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Blue Devils are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Well, a nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
This is the matchup everyone was excited to see in this football game, and it doesn't take long to get to it. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best corners in the game, one-on-one, quarterback taking a shot, and early on, it's the corner who wins, knocking it away for the incompletion. That won't be the last time these two guys go toe-to-toe, but this is where your eyes need to be all game long.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield on first down. It's complete to the left. Oh, he's got some space. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Wants to go up top on first down. Under fire. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
He leaves it with the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
They got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He fires to the left side. Makes a grab on the shot. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
As As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Sun Devils have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. They're going to run it. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Sun Devils! He got a step and just dusted the field.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he finished things off by racing 37 yards to the end zone. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously, you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Wants to adjust the pattern. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
On the move. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. That's exactly what happened.
Off the play fake. Now sliding to his left. He'll get rid of it. On target to the left. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target for his quarterback on the move, and that really helped him pick up that first.
They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24. The Blue Devils can really attack on this second and short. From the gun, running back on the move. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On third down, the jet sweep as they try to move the chains. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage.
So many offenses do this, right? They run the jet sweep. This defense was more than ready. They see it all the time. They got the penetration. That play had no chance to be successful.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Trying to keep this drive alive. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. So going for it on fourth down is one thing. Quite another to say we're going to run it for a couple.
Yeah, that's impressive because that was a long 2 yards. And I think there are a lot of coaching staffs out there that would have probably...
Turning it up! Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Duke!
Yeah, and that's a nice job selling it by the offense. Dropping back, making it look like it's passed. Running back slipping out of the backfield, throwing the football, getting a dynamic playmaker in space. And he says, I got this, I'll do the rest, and gets the touchdown.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time it's second down.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
They'll go with a direct snap. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground. He gets north fast.
It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. He's loose. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Arizona State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Quick strike touchdown. Comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And man, we see this in college football. So much explosiveness and firepower. And we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game. And it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he puts through the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. LSU had a dominant win, the kind the folks in Baton Rouge were used to in 2019 when Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson led the Tigers to a national title. Talk about a special team. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Trying play action. Rushes on him. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Finally, a defense looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think, setting up 4th down. And that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
Under fire. They're going to get him for a safety, trying to make something out of nothing, and still got stuck for the 2.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
And your Arizona State Sun Devils will take over 1st and 10.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Finds the tight end. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. And the Sun Devils really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. He's got him this time. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. 1st downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that 3rd. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Grab near the marker. It's Stroud. There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game and pick up the 1st down.
Right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only in the first half.
Takes a hit as he fires. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
The give to the left side. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And he's going to reach for a long one and have to guide it in from the left side. 51 yards out. No good. The lead is still 6 after the miss. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To the air, it's Abraham. Oh, they're after him. Makes the grab. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. To the air on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Sun Devils will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he's going to try to return this one. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
And I've been impressed with this defense physically. Like, their physical domination of the line of scrimmage. Just the run game has been pretty non-existent so far. And, man, when you control the run game, a lot of times you can control offenses.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Makes the grab on the big throw. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. And the Blue Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Abraham. They've got the screen set up. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
The Blue Devils can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Blue Devils have this offense rolling. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
The Blue Devils back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Trying to get the edge on the right. Got enough space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Lining up for the point after and the lead. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Makes a move. Got a little room. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
And those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give them a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep.
Trying to get it away, and he cannot. The quarterback is sacked, and so it's a two-point conversion attempt. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for blockers. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. With the last drive in for a touchdown, they'll try to do it again on this one. With jet sweep pass. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Looking to throw, it's Abraham. Pocket breaking down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
And the Blue Devils have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Give to the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. They just can't do it better.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Got room on the return. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3/4 of a football game.
Quarterback may change this route. He'll start this drive going to the air. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's a frustrating couple plays for this offense. Like, you got the ball in great field position. You are set up to succeed, in 2 straight incompletions. A big 3rd down coming to see if they can maximize this drive.
The drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires toward the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And he missed it. No good. Missed an opportunity for a little cushion. The lead is still 5.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a miss and a missed opportunity.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy.
There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Just under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll snap it on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Abraham. Keeps looking downfield. Hit hard as as he released the ball on that first down pass and it never had a chance.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Gives it to the back on the draw. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Shoots it to the left. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the third quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
On his way back from the 20. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going to fire deep. He's got it on the outside. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Makes the grab. It's Stroud. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the third. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. He might want another play. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
I know as a quarterback, he's your best receiver. He's one of the best in the country, but it's going to be hard to get completions thrown his way on third down into double coverage. On that one, you got to let your eyes take you somewhere else, because someone else was probably open.
So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Splits the uprights. Good. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. NC State is just getting blown off the field today. This has been a gong show since the opening kick. How does something like this happen? They're trailing by 18 to Notre Dame. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back. If anything develops, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Looking to pass. It's Abraham. Snagged in the middle. It's Watkins. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And that's a great way to start this drive. Listen, we understand the situation. We need a touchdown. We need a two-point conversion. But you can't get all of that on one play. Stay consistent. Plenty of time still left on the clock. Dink and dunk if you need to. Take what the defense gives you.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive at that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
They'll try to run for it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Trying to set up the screen. They'll stop him short. Just what they needed as they get the ball back for their offense. Direct snap. Creates a little room. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking for the end zone. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Using his legs to buy some time. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
The Blue Devils with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. From his end zone, needs to be careful here. Grabbed in the middle, it's Monken. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Takes it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
It'll be 3rd and long. They'll run play action. Looking left. He's got it. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. They came in here wanting to prove that they ought to be the higher-ranked team, and this passing attack has done the trick if they can finish the deal.
Reese, I think they were a little...
Oh, he's got some space. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. And the Sun Devils with the 1st and 10.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding...
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State. And the beatdown has ensued.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
46-24.
He'll bring it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Abraham. He wants a big play here late. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
The number 1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Handoff from the gun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And you got to do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clobbered.
Nowhere for him to run again. And now 4th down is going to be a tough one. Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had